Today, with this monument, we honor the life of an amazing cat, Mr. Cheeks. We scatter your ashes. Know that we love you and will always hold you in our hearts.
He was the best. He was truly a fabulous cat.
He was so unusual.
He was.
He had such a presence.
He was the head of the community.
All the cats looked up to him.
Mm-hmm.
All of them followed his lead.
He handled disputes.
I followed his lead. He was that good that I would, when we tape, I would look at Mr. Cheeks and he would look at me, and I would know that we were on and that he was ready to do his part.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a made-for-TV
No, I
thing.
know.
Boy meets girl at the racetrack.
Right.
It was an unusual way to meet somebody, but she was there with her boyfriend.
He was old. This guy was older than me, and I still remember it. He said, "Now, why don't you kids go?"
Did he say it that way?
Why don't you kids go off to the pits together? And of course, I have no interest in cars at all. The race, I mean, they just go round and around and all that noise. But
all that noise.
But I was with him, and I literally knew that this was going to be something special. And then I left my sweater in your car. Remember?
I must I was putting out some pretty strong vibes.
You were. Things were cooking.
Moving fast.
But I went from feeling I was 32, feeling like I was 50. And suddenly I felt like I was 16, like all things are possible. Like whatever crap had preceded the meeting, it just all went away. And my instincts were right.
We had a lot of fun early on. Traveled the country, ended up in Florida, bought a little house on the Gulf of Mexico that was really
It was a shack.
A shack.
Shack on a track.
Pretty much a shack on a track. That's the way it was advertised. But we had a good time out on the boat.
I think that I was just in that stage of life that I didn't worry about too much. I really didn't. I mean, I can't imagine living like that now. But I just had tremendous confidence in everything. Mm-hmm. I just did. And that carried us through to a lot of adventures along the way. And living through. Yeah. We dropped anchor. When we got the kids and got to this house, we dropped anchor. And Bruce got this idea and started building what I called Frontierland.
Coming along, still in the initial stages. We don't have the facade for the hotel up yet. But you can see that the three of the buildings have been painted.
Welcome to Caseyville.
Caseyville.
There it is. Frontierland, USA.
And there is the architect, the builder.
And he built this little town. We had a horse, and we had a Conestoga wagon, and the kids could climb up the back. Oh, and where the water tower is, those rope things, of course we had that. so that the kids could climb up there. You know, we had a bank building, we had a post office, we had a general store, we had a jail, and the kids would just play with their friends, what's now the barn, which was a pristine classroom with a real bell.
It was like Little House on the Prairie.
It was.
No regrets.
Yeah, no regrets. There was a prescription for one of our dogs, for Cheddar, who had intense allergies, and Bruce asked me to pick it up. And I was at the counter, and I asked one of the front office girls, "Do you have any kittens?" A lady came over to me and said, "Excuse me, but I think I overheard you say you're looking for a cat." And I said, "Well, no, not really. But I try to adopt a kitten every year if I can." She said, "Well, it's not a kitten, but could I show you my cat?" It had been her father's cat. Cat was very old, and she couldn't take the cat. That's why the cat was there. That was the deal. It was going to have 2 weeks, and then they put the cat down and brought the cat home. If any cat would inspire you to go in the direction that we did, it would be a cat like that. At that age, she was as gorgeous and sweet and in every way. Just a wonderful example of an older cat, and yet she had nowhere to go. But Bruce was examining this on a formal, scale. We had the facility, we owned the property, we had the buildings, and then he was reading books about catteries and doing a lot of research, but that was the evolution of it for Cat's Cradle.
All right, headed out to Cat Town. It's a bit of a walk. It's at the end of our property. Hello, Shortcake. What have you been doing? Hello, Bumble. Nathan's out. He likes to hang out and be the scout in the forward position. Hello, Clyde.
Our facility provides care for older cats
That are out of options.
Yeah, that for one reason or another have no place to go, but who still have a lot of life in them. And I think in most cases, they find themselves either in a shelter that can't really keep them because they're old and difficult to place, or an owner dies, and someone else is left to figure out what are we going to do with this cat. In many cases, they're taken to the veterinarian to be euthanized for no other reason, but there's no one to take care of them. That's kind of where we come in and see if there's a way that we can manage it.
This is my brother Nathan with Burr. Okay, all right. You're always sensitive about your back because you had a dog attack when you were a baby, right? My mom has loved and took care of me all she could. Up to her life, I was taking care of her for the last about 16 years since she's been ill. I was just working all day and then coming home taking care of her, so. And she's just a great mom, and she always helped me. If I needed help or I had any problems, she was always there for me. So, about 11 years ago, he came from my mom's girlfriend. She went to visit her son in Alabama, and Nathan was born on a boat out on the dock. And she knew my mom's cat passed away, so she brought Nathan up when he's a baby 11 years ago. And he's been a great kid. My mom's loved him to death. She treated him better than me. She's cooking him dinners and everything every night. Chicken, I was jealous, But Mom got so sick of it she can barely move and she couldn't walk anymore. And it really broke her heart that her and Nate were as close as they used to be. She used to play, we used to play every night, every day. Matter of fact, when he was a baby, I would spend my weekends with Nate, taking care of him, just being there with him, just so I could be with him because I loved him so much. She just was really close to Nate. Nate was her boy. She had 2 sons, me and Nathan, or Nathan and I should say, to be correct. I wanted to see Nathan have a good life. And I had a cat, Snowy, which I adopted 2 years ago. And Snowy's young. I tried getting Snowy and Nathan to get along, but they never did. So I was afraid I'd go to work one day and I'd come home to be a bloody mess. So I just wanted to make sure Nathan had a great home for the rest of his life, you know. Before my mom passed away, I told her where Nate was at. She was very happy about that. I said, you're going to a better place, Nathan's in a better place, and I'm going to a better place, is what I told her. So, and she was real happy. She knew where he was at before he passed, and I seen her about 5 minutes before she passed. Sorry. Well, me and Mom were best friends in the end. I loved all our cats, and I'm especially close to Nathan because we've been so close for the last 10 years. So. Mom's looking down at you, Nathan, and Mom's picture's right beside you, okay? She misses and loves you very much, and you'll see her again one day, okay?
All right. I guess we'll start this morning with a little bit about Garfield. Garfield is beautiful. She's really a girl, but she's named Garfield for the obvious reasons. And she's our oldest cat. She's 20, and she's also one of the first cats that we brought to Cat's Cradle. She came from Pasco Animal Services. She was already quite old. She came with a companion named Bubba, who sadly passed away. But Garfield, as you can see, is thriving. We call her our ambassador cat because she's so nice to newcomers. And lots of times we kind of put her in the same room with the newcomer, just as kind of a get-to-know-you period. Everybody loves Garfield. She's just a honey bun. She was declawed, which even gives her more credit because she's more defenseless than the other cats, but she never lets it bother her. She's friendly to everybody. Just a wonderful, wonderful girl. Okay, Garfield, are you finished? Are you finished with your little visit with us?
But why aren't they adopted? Well, kittens are a lot more fun, and they're very they're amusing. They make you laugh. Some of the things that they do, and they're just so full of life that in a way it makes your life a little brighter by having a kitten. A senior cat. These animals are just terrific. They've been loved all their life. All of a sudden, their owner is gone. They'll never see them again. They may even be out of their home, not in the home that they're used to being in. Picture yourself in that situation. These cats probably are overlooked in favor of a kitten. 9 times out of 10. they'll go into the kennel and they'll walk by those cages where there's an older cat and they'll say, "Where are your kittens?" Most of these cats have been well loved until they ended up in a bad situation, and they can be well loved again.
Quality of life, I think, is more important really to everybody than the duration of life. You know, they can live a very happy life. I've encouraged people who think they can't keep a cat because, you know, the cat can't stay inside or whatever. Give outside a chance. Yeah, they might be.
Yeah, give the patio a chance. Put some toys on the patio.
Give the lanai a chance. Or we get requests from people who think they're not spending enough quality time with their cat. And the cat doesn't care about quality time. They like to live in their home with their owner. So we try to guide them because there's just no way that we could take as many as there are people asking for placement.
Good morning. I'm in a desperate situation with my cat. Grandson has special needs and is allergic to her, and he will be moving in with us. So unfortunately, we need to find a good home for the cat. Super sweet girl and is great with kids and dogs. She's on prednisone 5 milligram pills. Well, I'm on that too. I think it's good stuff for my allergies. Okay. My daughter's friend's grandmother passed away and had a lot of cats. They have been able to rehome all of them but one. She's 16 years old and blind. We cannot keep her, and I have tried posting her on several rehoming sites. Someone gave me your information. 17-year-old Siamese cat that we cannot keep. He yowls most of the night and half of the day. He's a mommy's boy, but he upsets the other animals that we have, so we're trying to find a home for him, not a shelter. Again, this isn't even all of them for a month. We typically have one a day, sometimes two a day. They write to us, usually as a last resort. Many times we just don't entertain taking new candidate cats until a cat leaves, a cat passes. When they pass, usually there's a period of mourning for us, because it's always sad. And then after that 2 week to a month period, we say, okay, let's look for another candidate that we can bring in.
Went outside because I feed the cats out front first, and I saw a box, and I thought it was cat food, donated to us. Then as I got closer, I could see the box was like ripped, and I thought maybe somebody had gotten into it. And then I looked, and I saw these newborn kittens, and I thought, oh no, and then, oh yeah. And of course I came running in with the box to Bruce and said, look what somebody left. Yeah, a little mixed blessing. But it would have been awful. I mean, what if we, I don't know, what if we weren't home?
Work on the little guy a little
bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not very strong.
I know.
That nibble isn't the best, I guess.
Well, it's because it's very hard. Doesn't feel like mom.
Yeah.
And yet you can't make them drink because they'll aspirate it and get pneumonia. So, it's kind of a dance that you do. You can see how cute. Only has one eye open. It gives us an idea of their age, because that happens between 7 and 10 days. Get another one. That's really good. Yeah, you're doing great. You are doing terrific. You sweet little thing. Look at that. Look at that tummy. Is that the cutest little kitten you've ever seen? I know it's hard to say you're the cutest. I know. Well, I understand that not everybody can manage these kittens, but I have to wonder, how did this happen? They don't want the kittens, they don't want the work, or they don't want 6 cats, and they don't know what to do. So someone's either separated the mother from these kittens, which is cruel and awful, or they're irresponsible cat owners and dump kittens when their unfixed female has kittens. So, but I would never look for this opportunity to save kittens, and I hope it doesn't happen again, because it's a simple way for people to be irresponsible, to just give it to somebody else who they figure won't be callous enough to just let these kittens die, which is what would happen.
Shortcake's enjoying the cold weather. Here she comes. Come on, Shortcake. There she goes. Someday I'll get this fixed. And what's the rush, right? It's only been years like that I've had to prop it up. Got it. Mm-hmm. Right. Give me a minute. Move this down. All right, Shortcake.
Here we come.
You hope you appreciate this. Hey, Shortcake, look what I have. Look what I have for you. Okay.
This is a picture of our miniature horse, Shortcake. And the story behind this is that we had a female pig named Truffles. Then, of course, we had to get a male pig named Porkchop. And he was a very nice pig, but when he and Truffles had babies, she would go in the maternity ward for a period of weeks to take care of her babies. And at one point, Bruce walked out, and suddenly we saw Porkchop mounting Shortcake in the most unseemly way. So we had to make other arrangements. We had to rehome Porkchop for fear that the horse might get hurt. Porkchop made about 3 litters of very beautiful piglets, but you could see he's quite the Romeo. This was the end of our pig experience at Cat's Cradle. We figured it was time to move on, and I think Shortcake was glad we made that decision. Okay, come on, come on. Kittens, come on. Come on. It's kind of like, I remember spending the night at the zoo with the Boy Scouts. Before everybody went to bed, they took us all to the food room, you know, where they keep all the food with all the recipes for the different animals. And I remember being fascinated by that, like how neat it would be to feed all those different animals. And in a way, and it really, I mean, I really thought, you know, that's something I would have really liked to do. And you know what? I'm kind of doing that now. You know, the cat food, the chicken food,
the
horse food, the fish food, the ferret food. You know, who likes tender centers, meow mix, you know, somebody will donate an upgrade, and I get to serve it to the cats, and they know it's an upgrade. You know, they do. Or I'll apologize because I know I'm serving them a canned food that they really don't like. And literally, you know, it's like, I'm sorry, guys. You know, and they're like, but they'll eat it. You know, just like kids. Like, I know you don't really like this. Muffin! Muffin!
He's right there.
Oh, there you are. Okay, let's give you this one. But I like doing that. I have no interest in cooking for Bruce. I have no interest in cooking for humans. But I really like being in charge of serving all these animals. I don't know why, but I really do. Maybe you know that they appreciate it.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
You really do. But he gets all the credit. There wouldn't be a Cat's Cradle as we know it. There would probably be 10 cats, and most of them would be in the living room and wandering around. That's what it would be without what he brings to it. It was kind of organic, but Bruce has run the business side of this 100%. You know, because all the technical stuff, getting our name out there, that's all Bruce is doing.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
When they keep going,
Yep.
Come on. Come on.
Never get tired of seeing the parade of cats marching to breakfast. Pretty amazing. Here they come. There goes Gretchen. All right, we're waiting for Mama Cat. Come on, Mama Cat. You're gonna make it.
You know, it's strictly.
It's a great team.
Yeah, it's a real team effort. I stay out of his way. I don't like him getting in my way. You know, if it has to do, sometimes that's a problem because I'll say, could you just, you know, and it's like, huh? But I couldn't do anything. If he said, every time I hear live stream, I go, oh no, you know, got to do that.
What we're gonna do? Hello.
Hello.
Okay, you're on the cat chat line.
you know, she's skinny.
Yeah. She's old, and she's old.
Excuse me.
The cats have taken over Frontierland. The giant cats have arrived, and they're causing mass destruction of Frontierland. It's hard to believe that they would cause such havoc.
Oh no, look who it is.
Oh, do we have any good kitties here? What do you think, kitty? Playing with the cats. Our senior cats are having some fun chasing a bird around the quadrangle here, and I hope you enjoy watching it. This is one of the many activities that we provide for our older cats. Enjoy. Pause button.
The wedding is off, Miss Babette, and I don't want this shamble of a saloon neither.
Did you have something to do with this, Sheriff?
Well,
I guess you'll have to tune in next week to see the exciting conclusion of A Love Money Can't Buy.
At least he can feed a cat if he had to. I couldn't do anything with Facebook or any of that. So we're a team.
That gives me job security.
Oh, you've got it. You've got it.
We're trying to find a good place to dock the boat. And we're thinking right in here somewhere. Nope, that's not gonna work. We've got electrical cords and plumbing. All these things are working not in my favor. Okay, hoping for a deeper spot here. We need to have a captain to this ship, and the captain is going to be Catwoman. Here she is. At this point in time, Terry thinks that I've totally gone over the top. And there's no more room for me to build anything further. I'm sure I can find some room. I still am, I'm not amazed, but I am very gratified when I see the cats going from amenity to amenity. I see some of them go into the castle, then they sleep in the upstairs apartment in the castle. They go to our fish pond that's next to the castle, and they get up there and they watch the fish. A simple observation from my part is that the older cats, which is what we have here, just want to be safe. They like the amenities as they're built, but they're pretty set in their ways. There it is. Come on, Max. Oh, there's another one's coming. Somebody must want to get the feather. Somebody. These cats are not real game right now. I wouldn't say it's diminished acuity, but they're at the point now where they don't want to be surprised. They scare easy because they know that their abilities have been limited by time. You can't expect too much from them in terms of how they might have been as kittens, but that doesn't mean they still don't enjoy having some stimulation as part of their day. Bag and box day, and the kitties will be jumping in and out of the boxes and probably having some fun attacking each other from inside the box. To make things a little more interesting, we're adding some catnip into the equation, and so if you see some kind of cats exhibiting strange behavior, it's probably the catnip. We got a new supply yesterday, and it's pretty potent. And there may be a tiger. There may be a tiger. There may be a tiger. That hurt you, but I will go nowhere. Our bridge system lets the cats have free roam of our property without being in any danger. This is their main eating area. Here they come, coming over from the bridge for breakfast. Come on, guys. Come on, Bumble, don't block the bridge. Come on.
Okay. Excuse me, Max. Excuse me, Max. Excuse me. Okay. Now, this is a fan favorite. This is Bumble. And Bumble was abandoned along with his companion Forrest, who's another one of our cats. And Bumble, as many white blue-eyed cats are, is deaf. Big eater, very commanding presence. He's a very sweet cat, but he's very willing to bat someone away rather than move himself. And you can see he's very beautiful. He's very big. And just generally a nice guy with people. Our volunteer, Debbie, has a very strong bond with Bumble. Lots of times she can't get away from him, but you can see he's just a very settled, beautiful guy, and he deserved a second chance. He was pretty old when we found him. People just left him in a house, but we were lucky to be able to get him and his companion into our facility, where he's very happy, loves to eat, as you can see. He's a big boy, and we're very happy with him. Okay, Bumble. Boy, is he big.
Bumble's almost finished with his already. Here,
I guess give him more. Nathan.
I don't have human children, but I've heard that when you have several kids, you call them by the wrong names, and I'll look right at one and I know what their name is, but I'll call them something else. Luckily, I don't think they get too upset about it. Bless you. My first duty usually when I get here is cleaning up around the yard because, they are cats. And then we put out the dry food to kind of calm them down because as soon as they see people, they know food is coming in the morning. And then after the wet food is served, wash the dishes in there. And then when all the chores are done, this is what they're waiting for next. Is their time to get love. Several of my cats that I really loved passed away. And usually when a cat is getting near the end, we know it. And I have my time to, spend time with them and say my goodbye in case it's the last time I see them. Because the cats can always use more love.
There we go. All right. This isn't as easy as it was when I was 10. How about that?
Hibbins, come on. Come on. Max, come on.
Wait a minute.
Well, they've been waiting, and so they just need to look at. Here comes Clyde.
Right. And I'll get this part done.
You don't have a string on this end.
All right, we'll get a string.
Come on, Milo, Milo.
Debbie, you want to go check and see how the sign looks?
Muffin.
I can't tell.
Muffin.
It's a little cockeyed. Maybe
it's a little high on this side.
Yeah, but maybe I can adjust it. But what do you think?
Make it lower on that side. Lower on that side.
There we go. Now we're good.
Oh.
Now we're good. Birthday time for Flavia.
Come on.
Milo.
Come on.
Rudy and Bumble. Where is Bumble? There you. Come on, Bumble.
I should put some down here.
Yeah.
Come on, sweetie. Come on up.
Come on, get up here so I can. You want some of this? A chicken with gravy.
Ooh.
And Debbie, you can speak to the.
Some wet meow mix, and a favorite, especially of Garfield, is turkey baby food.
Right.
Turkey baby food.
Oh yeah, can't beat it.
Well, it falls in line with all the things that we do for the cats. And the birthday celebrations are just one of the things that we do in terms of activities. Some of them participate, some of them watch, and some of them don't care at all. But
we have another event called Treat Tuesday, which is really the same concept.
And Milk Mondays.
Milk Mondays, where they get something special in addition to their normal, daily food.
And once in a while we do Fish Fridays. And Fish Fridays, we bring fresh fish, salmon, tuna. They love tuna.
Come here.
They love tuna more than salmon, if you can believe it. Low-born cats, I guess.
At their age, the birthdays kind of become even more important, you know, because
Yeah, we don't know.
it's a collective happy time.
Celebration of them still being here and still being able to participate.
Even before I was in hospice, they don't really go over much with hospice end of life in nursing school. They kind of talk about it and then that's it. And when I got to work as a hospice nurse, I had to flip my whole way of thinking. And it was kind of like, oh, so I apply what I know for people to animals because it's the same thing for quality of life. Now, with people, we can't go put people down, but we can make people comfortable and put them on hospice until they do. Let me tell you, you have pets, they rule the house. It's not the other way around. But yeah, Terry and Bruce, absolutely. And plus, she's constantly watching to see, they're old. Is one maybe not eating much? Is one maybe more lethargic? What's going on with that? So they absolutely are. And then, you know, Bruce does a lot of the maintenance and the technical stuff and keeping them comfortable and building all those fun things for them. So they absolutely have their own little ALF hospice. They live better than some people, those cats. Well, my one cat, his name was Twinkie, and I had him when I was 10, and I still miss him to this day. It's silly, I know. But when we were looking on Bruce and Terry's website, and I saw this cat, Walter, and I said to my husband, oh my gosh, he reminds me of Twinkie. So we sponsor Walter. A few days later, I got an email from Bruce. We were looking for ways to promote Cat's Cradle, and they were trying to bounce off ideas. I just want to come over and play with the cats, so whatever you want me to do, just tell me to do it. Welcome back. We're going to do our second cat treat. It's a Thanksgiving turkey and rice in honor of Thanksgiving, so this way our little furry friends have something to snack on while we eat our food. Oh, see, already approved. Are you gonna save some, baby? All right, can I finish, please? You can try the finished product after. Here we go. You help me after. All right. So we got a tablespoon of the grated carrot. All right, a cup of the rice flour. Oh, Garfield, you're really living up to your name. One egg. Now we got this one joining. Bumble. I think this one's going to be a real hit.
I'm sorry.
See, I'd rather have be mad at you than at me. All right, kitties. Come and get them. Break them into a little bit of smaller pieces here. Oh, Miss Mona. You stubborn little Leo. Come on. Come on. Says, I'm going to be 15. I'm being a jerk. That's what he does. Stop it. Pumpky. Pumpky. Look, be a good boy. This is Pumpky. He's going to be 15 in August, and he is an absolute joy, but he's very stubborn, as you see. But Pumpkin never met a stranger. Everybody's his friend. Okay, Pumpky, he's had enough.
Come on, Caesar. Come on, baby. Caesar, hey. Don't get scared. Come here. Yeah. Caesar, come on.
He's confused. You gotta come back this way. Teacher. Hey, baby. That's a good. Here we go. Another wrinkle in the morning.
Okay. One of the things that happens at Cat's Cradle that is inevitable is losing one of our cats. But during the time that they're with us, sometimes suddenly, sometimes over a long period of time, they decline. And this, file box represents some of the cats that we've lost in the years that we've been running Cat's Cradle. We had a wonderful cat, really one of our first rescues. His name was Pokey, the most unattractive cat I've ever seen. I could not believe how unattractive he was. And I always had the feeling that the lady, it was a rainy day, that she brought him and delivered him to us because she was afraid that if we came to see him, we wouldn't want him. I mean, that's how bad he looked. But he turned out to be one of the all-time great cats. But this year we noticed he started panning and kind of still eating, still drinking, moving around more slowly, but really kind of labored breathing.
Sit back, Daddy.
I knew what it was because my father died of this, but I kind of intuitively knew it was congestive heart failure because the symptoms in people and dogs and animals or cats are very similar. But his personality was still there, and that's hard too because they're still there. I asked if we could have a quality of life exam, and serious congestive heart failure, there was nothing that could be done. And so we had him put down. I'm the one that goes to the vet for that process. Bruce he really has a hard time with it. I guess I'm more practical, maybe a little bit more clinical. I sometimes see people who love animals, and what they like to do is love the animal. That's the part they enjoy, petting it, loving it, thinking it's wonderful. But I think animals have an appreciation for those people who are doing things for them. And whether it's delivering food, cleaning their litter box, giving them fresh water, yes, they love to be petted, but they know that those other things are coming from somebody. And that's more the role that I provide. I'm in there with a comb getting those mats out, and they, but I know they really appreciate me. These pets were treasured at some point by somebody, and sometimes along the way, the person who loved them when they were younger either couldn't face them getting older, couldn't take the steps to accommodate them being older, or life circumstances changed for the human. And for whatever reason, they have come to us. So we're kind of the second string of the love progression. But I found that when cats are cared for and loved at some point in their life, and they encounter it again, they truly respond beautifully.
Is there a reason why you keep the files after a cat passes?
Oh, I don't know. It would seem wrong to get rid of them somehow. It just would seem not right. Never really thought of that, but I don't know, it's kind of like throwing them away.
Come on, Jakes. There it is. Come on, Max, you can get it.
All right. Okay, Max, it's your turn. Your turn. Okay. Our next cat is Max. And Max doesn't look as good as he normally does because he shed a ton of fur. He shed a lot, and Debbie, our volunteer, spends a lot of time brushing him. So he's lost a lot of fur, which he needed to do. These older cats are not as good about grooming, kind of like people they just get worn out and tired, and a lot of them also have dental problems, so they don't groom as well as young cats. But he is a very sweet guy. Max came from a hoarder environment, and he came with Mr. Cheeks, who passed away, as you probably know. And you can see what a nice cat he is. He's just a love bug. He loves attention. There he goes. Guess he's finished. He's finished.
Initially, when we had a couple of instances where we had to do euthanasia, it always bothered me that the cat was now going to be, the remains of the cat would probably be in a dumpster or something like that. And
well, that's why with our cats we have them, they're cremated.
They're always cremated.
And we always take their ashes and we scatter them in our butterfly garden so that they're still here. And we love them as pets to honor them after they've passed away and keep them with us, on the property. We claim them.
This is me and Cheeks, and this is the overhead of Cheeks. Hey, can you be a good boy? Stay away from my electronics for just 5 minutes.
Okay, July birthday cats.
Garfield.
Today is Cheeks and Shadow's birthday. And Mr. Cheeks.
Right here.
There's Mr. Cheeks with Debbie.
So I'm going to put Cheeks in the middle here, and we'll see which one he prefers. Cheeks, what do you think about this one or this one? You prefer that? Or the blue one? What do you think? We're waiting for Cheeks to respond. Looks like he's made his decision. I believe the yellow one was Smoky Stash, and that the blue one was Cat Dope. Right, Cheeks? Cheeks? What do you have to say about it? Oh, you ready to get going?
This is Cheeks from Cat's Cradle. Last night we lost one of our own, Misty. She quietly passed away in our hospice room with our caretakers. Misty was a sweet cat. This was her third shelter in 1 year, so I understand why she was a little shy. We will miss her, but I will be with her again in the future in our beautiful Butterfly Memorial Garden. Rest in peace, Misty. So, this is not only the Butterfly Garden, this is also a memorial to the cats that pass. And we scatter their ashes here in this garden. So when we're here, having just a little quiet time, we can think about cats like Sassy and Cheeks and Pokey and a lot of the cats that we loved dearly the second time around because we rescued them. Their ashes are here in this garden. You can't see it, but it's very close to the Cat's Cradle main area. He was such a favorite of so many people, Mr. Cheeks, and such a favorite of ours that we thought that he needed a special recognition out here in the Butterfly Garden. And maybe it's kind of goofy, but I think of him as as I'm looking over the cats that have passed. Give me a minute. So I look at Mr. Cheeks' monument in kind of a spiritual way. I think of him looking over the ashes that are here for the cats that have passed. Just as he looked over the cats,
But if you were to be cremated, would you want some of your ashes? Would you want some of your ashes here with you?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, and it requires that we take a little walk. So this is the pet garden, and Terry and I created this many years ago. This wonderful obelisk, or whatever you want to think of it. It's 10,000 pounds of concrete that we poured into a mold that Terry had made, and then we spent months grinding it and getting it to the shape that we wanted. My wife Terry went to art school, and she graduated with a fine arts degree. One of the projects that she had was to carve something out of soapstone, a sculpture out of soapstone, which is, like this. So she came home with this, and I loved it. And I said, we need to make a full-size version of that. And here's the pet cemetery for all of our pets. You see what this is? There's one of those on each side, which is where our urns will go. Well, it was sudden, and yet it wasn't. Of course, firsthand, I can tell you that I know that she was weak. She was having more and more difficulty out back helping with the cat care, and then we just felt that she was, for whatever reason, she was getting weaker and weaker, and just not functioning like she normally would. And finally we just said, we've got to take you in and see what's going on. Okay. All right. Well, good morning. It's Monday. And Monday, after a terrible week, I thought I owed you guys an update on Terry. As you know, she had renal failure and went into the hospital last week. And she's still in ICU. They're trying to chase down an infection, which apparently is in her kidneys. And she's somewhat stabilized. In fact, I'm learning a lot about kidney failure with what she's going through, and it's instructive for me with the cats that we have here that are also going through kidney failure. Makes me a little bit more empathetic to what they're going through. And then she had heart issues, and she can't take any pain medication because of the other medicines that she's taking, so she's just laying there, and it's just breaking my heart, to be perfectly honest with you. And if you've been through it with one of your parents or someone where you've just been in a situation where you have to visit them and they can barely speak and they can't move. It's very hard. The kitties are fine, the kitties are sweet, everybody's wonderful. They just know that their mother isn't here.
I knew I was very sick, but the rest of it, to be honest with you, I was hallucinating and so delusional until much later. I was at death's door for sure. I don't remember Bruce being there. The heart doctors and the kidney doctors kind of standing around trying to figure out what direction to take. But somebody did something right because I started to come back. But it was a long. I was in ICU I think for 10 days, and I think I was in the hospital for another 3 weeks. And I really dodged a bullet. I'm so I forget about it now because I'm not sick. But I was even when I was on dialysis, I was so grateful to be alive and to have my brain back, Because if you have your mind, and you have cognition and communication, that's really everything. But then to have the gift of not having to have dialysis was just, terrific. So I was very lucky, and I'm back taking care of all these cats.
Hello, everybody. Today's a very special day for a couple reasons. First and foremost, come around this way so you're not in the camera. I want you up here anyway. First and foremost is Terry and my 44th
Very good.
anniversary. Come over here.
I'm not going to sit on the table.
I can hold you like a cat. We came to Florida and we didn't know exactly what we were going to do, when or how, but we were in a very adventurous time in our life. So it seemed like a wonderful high adventure for a couple newlyweds. So that's kind of it for today. Thank you, Terry, for joining me. You don't usually come up here,
know. Well,
and it's just such a special day.
Yes, it is.
44
years.
I had to have you on camera for everybody to see, because they know it's been a hard year for you, and we're looking for a better year this year.
That's right. No interruptions.
More kitties and no
interruptions.
No serious illnesses.
That's right. Okay.
I guess that's about it. All right.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, so sweet. So go feed some kitties.
I'm going to right now. Okay, guys.
All right. Hopefully that came through all right. I think I see Swanee going over to the lake. She's going to wait over there. Okay, guys. What a bunch of wonderful kitties. Have a great day.
Come on. Kittens. Come on. I see a kitten. Tiger. I don't. Hey. What are you doing on the sofa? What are you doing up here? Are you a big cat? Are you a big cat now? Look at you. Are you going to be wild? Are you going to be wild? Oh, what a cute kitten. Oh, the purr. The purr. You're so adorable. I love you too much. All kittens are cute, but you are ridiculously adorable. With the white tip of a tail and matching feet. Yeah. Look at it. And there's something about this kitten. This kitten really likes me. Likes me more than the others like me. And there's something about him that's a little bit needy, you know, which, you know how appealing that is. A baby who's very needy. Look at that pretty stomach. Look at that pretty stomach. You're too cute. You're too cute. You know, I haven't had a baby in a long time. I haven't had a baby anything in a long time. I think it's time. I think it's time, and I think you're it. What do you think, Dad?
Where are you going to keep him?
I don't know. I don't know. I know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't keep a kitten. I know I shouldn't. But then I say to myself, if I don't keep this kitten, this is probably going to be the last kitten in my life.
That's true.
You
But
know?
there may be some bargaining opportunities here.
Oh, it's so unfair. It's so unfair. I never do that to him. I was telling.
That's because you request so little. And I love you for that.
Oh, well, that's a sweet thing to say. That's a very sweet thing to say. Does that mean he can stay? Yeah?
You bet.
Okay. See? We got an endorsement. Every day is important when you get older, every day. And everybody has limited time on this earth, even though we all act, and I'm one of them, like, you know, I'm gonna live for another 50 years, but I'm not. So I hope it makes people feel emboldened to do what they'd really like to do, what they'd really enjoy doing, and forget about what they did for the last 40 years.
Exactly.
You know, it doesn't have to be animals. Take a painting class, get involved in sightseeing, and truly, you don't feel retired. It's not that you're not working. You might not, we're not making any money. I don't get any money from doing this. But I don't think I do this for money. I don't think anybody would do this for money. It's a gift to be able to do this. And lots of times I identify with zookeepers, because they have an affinity for the creatures they care for, who they can't speak to, who are far more remote than a cat or a dog, and yet they bond with them and they understand them and they love them and they realize how important they are to the world. That's how I feel about the cats at Cat's Cradle. And I think that's, anybody that lives in that environment for whatever period of time is really lucky. The time in your life when you can direct what you do in your life. Because there aren't too many times that you really can direct what you do. You have to earn a living, you have to raise your kids, there's a time that you can choose. As you can probably tell, we're not that people-oriented, we're not social with people for various reasons. Maybe I've done enough of that.
Yeah, we don't have the work anymore.
And we have each other, another gift, and we have an affinity for the animals. So whatever direction people might choose, I hope that this gives them some insight or some courage to jump off and do it.
do, Sheriff? Surely there's gotta be some way to stop him.
He's the mayor, but I ain't giving up.
So tune in to the next episode to see how Sheriff Cheeks and Doc get Babette out of this mess.